Hey guys, Vanilla for Days here, and this is going to be the video explaining the rules for my 100 follower challenge thing that I got going on for Twitch. And then thank you all. First of all, thank you all for following. And this, I've made this little thing for especially for you. Now I was trying to figure out a good system to come up with because how am I gonna check all these things if it's a tournament? It'd take forever. So I decided to go off this point-like system thing that I've made up. So some of you might like it, some of you might not. The more important thing is I kind of made it for everybody to play. Whether you have X or Y or as, this is for whatever. Now let's get on to the rules to this challenge. Okay, limitation 1 here. There will be no legendaries allowed, guys. None. And I'm not just talking legendaries, I'm also talking mythicals. You know what? Here's like a list of everything. If you see a guy on this list, he is not allowed, period. So, yeah, go ahead and take a gander here. Just nothing of the sort will be allowed. Okay, limitation number 2, guys. No shiny Pokemon. This is kind of more along the lines of a hack check because shinies are normally hacked. I know all shinies are hacked. Heck, I've even gotten a bunch of shinies and everything. But just to be a little bit more fair, no shinies, guys. Just no shinies at all. Alright, the next rule we're going to have to deal with is no Mega Stones, which actually means no Megas at all. I know Megas are awesome, guys, and Megas are super bad, but the thing is that between Auras and X and Y, you can't have all the same Megas and everything. That's the big limiter. I want this to actually be so it doesn't matter what version you're playing, you can still play with this. So X and Y Pokemon and Auras, no matter what game you have, you can play by the rules, and the Megas are the only real thing next to the legendaries that just don't correspond so well with this. So Megas are just going to be completely thrown out of the game just because I want everybody to be able to play. Alright, the next rule, no timer stalling for wins. I mean, come on. Come on. That's even against the rules in the actual VGC, where if you timer stall after a while, people just rule it as unsportsmanlike behavior. And the timer should not be a win period, so just play your turns within the allotted time. There'll be a thing about that later on, so stay tuned for that. Alright, guys. Probably the final limitation here, and it's not that big. It's just no Smeargle, and this happens to follow along the lines of the legendary thing. Smeargle can combo itself into a lot of things pretty easily just because of it has an unlimited moveset. It can be anything. So we're just not going to allow this guy here. Alright, the first of the basic rules is I'm going to need everybody's, basically players will need to give me their Twitch name, friend codes, and game names, and Pokemon version, just so I can figure it out. And the cutoff date for this is going to be July 8th, the week after this upcoming week, because Anime Expo is this week, and I know I guys announced it and so this thing was going to be this week, but a lot of people don't understand the rules, and I've been taking a while to get this video out. So July 8th, 2016, before 3 p.m. PST. Alright, this format isn't going to be exactly player versus player. This is going to be more of a player versus streamer kind of thing. Vanilla for Days I won't be receiving points, guys. There's no way I can win this. This is for you guys. This isn't for me. And the format is going to be like where you earn points. Even without winning a battle, you can actually still get enough points from the battle to actually score really high and win. Think of it as a Pokemon contest from the anime. Only you're not taking points away, you're trying to earn points. Alright, the purpose of these battles will be to test your battling skills without worrying about winning or losing the battle. Each battle will be between an entered player and myself, and will be shown on live on Twitch. The idea behind this is kind of like how Super Smash Bros. Have a mode where you can actually win the game, win a match with actually just earning points from what you do and everything, instead of just KOing everybody and being the last man standing, and like that. It's like that. This will be a 6v6 singles format for the main tournament. In the final round, it'll be 3v3. You can't have more Pokemon the same type, but you can have multiple items. And I can't lock your box, so you can actually shift around your Pokemon throughout the tournament. So one match you can have this, one match you can have that, and you can just constantly change your team to do something else. The thing is, once we start battling, that's when you have to use those Pokemon for the duration of the battle, then you can switch your Pokemon. Alright, unsportsmanlike behavior will not be tolerated and will cost you points. And this is like nerd raging, aggressive and negative language. And complaining, i.e., stop healing, this is stupid, just switch your Pokemon already. That kind of thing. Timer stalling. This is where timer stalling is also counting. You have, if you take the full allotted time for more than 3 turns to make your move, then we're going to count that as negative and can earn you just negative points altogether, through that entire thing. This is supposed to go, quick pace for everyone. We don't have all day. We want to move on with the tournament, so that we can all see who just get through it faster and just continue on. There will be a 15-point cap for the main tournament games, and then when we move to semi-finals, it'll actually only have a 10-point cap. But you stop earning points from knocking out my Pokemon starting at this point. And then finals will have no cap. But finals, it actually makes it to the point where you don't earn points just for knocking out my Pokemon. You literally have to earn points through other means. The next order of business to explain is the type battle. The idea here is that you can ask me to put a type. Let's just give fire for an example. And 3 Pokemon out of my 6-man party will be fire type. Now, if you don't ask and just allow me to choose any Pokemon and just have it my team random, you'll get an additional point. But if you also participate by asking me to have a type battle, you will gain. You also use 3 Pokemon the same type. Like if I have 3 fire Pokemon, you have 3 fire Pokemon. You get a point there. The idea of this is actually give a handicap, and I'm going to give an example now on the screen. Like, see, I have Fennekin, Simisear, Talonflame, and Gardevoir, Azurill. 3 of those guys are fire types. And then you bring like the Emboar, Ninetales, Typhlosion, and then just fill the rest of your team with waters and everything. This is to like give somebody a handicap if they would like a handicap, but they will not be receiving an additional bonus point for it. If you just want to take on random to have more of a challenge, a point for you. Alright, next we got deciding a tiebreaker here. Now this is going to be simple, and I'm going to have to give you examples to show. But players with the more remaining Pokemon in a tiebreaker are going to look more favorable. And then after that, it's going to look to how many Pokemon I have. The less I have, the more favorable it is for you. If both those numbers are even, then we move on to a tiebreaker match. But here's an example. Let's say we have Gardevoir here with 30 points and Charizard here with 30 points. Well, then we're going to take a look here at how many Pokemon they had knocked out during the thing. Say Gardevoir won the match and everything and lost 3 Pokemon, and Charizard won their match, but they only lost 2 Pokemon. Therefore, in this situation, Charizard would win. Simply because Charizard had less Pokemon knocked out in total. Even though they won the same amount of points, Charizard would win this. Now, I believe we're going to need to go over tiebreaker matches. These are going to be interesting because in the event that either the Pokemon are all the same, knocked out and everything, we move on to a tiebreaker match, which is basically a rematch against me. And these rematches are actually going to be a lot different from everything. For one, we can't have any status attack on the Pokemon we're using, nor can we have any items of any kind. So it's a literal water balloon fight, in a way. So you can have 4 attacks, they have to be either physical or special. nothing else. I got some examples to show you here. Like, let's look at this Chansey. And this Chansey would be allowed. I mean, we got Blizzard, Flamethrower, Thunderbolt, Dazzling Gleam. And, you know, that would be allowed and everything. But this Slowbro would be breaking the rules. I mean, Calm Mind, Trick Room, Slack Off. I mean, those three right there are status moves. The only thing that has legal is Scald. So that's how the tiebreaker matches will be held. Okay guys, here's a special rule for the people that play during the first day. Now, the players who participate on the first day of the tournament will automatically just get 2 extra points added to their score. And this is actually going to be able to exceed the 15-point limit, only because they don't know what they're doing. You guys won't know what you're doing. They're going to be the first ones out there, and I feel like they should get an additional little thing for that. Alright guys, we need a minute to actually explain the final format. Now, finals will be, like I said, will be 3v3, the same rules as before, just 3v3. You can have like you can bring 6 Pokemon, but you can only choose 3. And battle types will also be removed from this format because we're only going to have 3 Pokemon in general. So no extra bonus points or anything there. It's just going to be 3v3. No point cap because you're not going to gain points from KOing my Pokemon. So ideally you have to use gain points by other means. And I'm actually going to list off the points, how you can earn points right now. You can get 1 point if you have the same Pokemon as me in the battle. Like I have Kingdra, you have Kingdra, you get a point for that. If you knock out one of my Pokemon, like I said, this is actually very limited in timing, depending upon how it's going to turn out. If you use a setup move, like, you know, Stealth Rocks, Sticky Web, Tailwind, or Weather Condition, or, you know, like Sword Dance, one of those moves that gives you a buff thing, you get a point for using a setup move. Let's see, if you can remove a Pokemon, remove an item without using knockoff, like say like Magician, or if you use Trick or something like that. Berries won't count for this if they're consumed, but if you use like Incinerate and burn the berry, you'll get a point for that. If you cause my Pokemon to flinch without using Fake Out, that'll be an additional point. There's a lot of moves like Waterfall, I think Flash Cannon, Crunch, a lot of moves that can try this. If you get that, you know, 30% chance to flinch, and you actually get the flinch, or you can just, you know, roll Togekiss, Hair Slash for days, get that extra point. If you, here's another way how to get a point. Render my attack inert by switching Pokemon to an immune type, or, you know, ability. Let's say, like, here I have Newell, and I use Will-O-Wisp, and you just switch out and just be like, ha 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 ha, I have Flash Fire on my Heatran. Trollololo, thanks for the Flash Fire. And you also get another point if you actually predict my switch prediction. Say, like, the idea of this is to hit me super effective on when I switch out. Say, like, you got an extra drill out and everything, and I see a Poker Me. Let's say I predict you using an Earthquake, but then I switch in with like Talonflame, and then instead you just had to use Rock Slide and just KO my Poker Me, and just completely predicting that I'd go into a flying type. That's how you can earn an extra point. Now we also have here status my Pokemon. That can just be done with any status move or anything, but you get extra points if you actually do it in some certain ways. Like say if you use Scald and burn my Pokemon with the side effect of Scald here, or if you burn my Pokemon with like Flame Body, like that's an additional 2 points actually on top of the status points. So that's 3 points total. Now if you clear a condition, clear a status condition on your Pokemon, you can do this with Rest, you can do this with Lumberry or any of the berries. If you use Chesto Resto, bam, 2 points. 2 points, just for Chesto Resto. Another way to earn 2 points, another couple points here, is to basically just bring in a non-fully evolved Pokemon. You can use Eviolite or something, have a boosted Poker Me, and that's that. Just carry an Eviolite Pokemon or just Miracle for days. it does pretty well with just Prankster. Another way you can actually earn a couple more points there, survive a turn with less than 10 HP. This is extremely hard to do without Sturdy or Focus Sash. The idea here is you can be status down and just survive the turn. I mean, if you have less than 10 HP, so long as you have less than 10 HP and you weren't using Focus Sash or Sturdy to get there. If you KO my Pokemon with a one-hit KO move, you know, Fissure, Sheer Cold, Horn Drill, Thorn Drill, you gain extra points for that, 2 points, because that's a 30% chance to hit, period, unless you like tweak it in some way. Now, if you KO my Pokemon with a resisted hit, that's 3 points, guys. I will have to admit that that's pretty impressive. Example of that would be like a Blastoise being killed by an Ember. Another way to get 3 points is to use one of your Pokemon in the battle that isn't holding an item. Now, when we enter the battle, I'll actually be paying attention to, you know, who doesn't have an item. Let's see, like Gyarados and what's that called again? Noivern. They don't have items. See, you earn 3 points just for that, so long as they've entered the battle. Now, if you manage to wall me out with full immunity, making it so I can't do anything. Once again, here we got my Numel against this Heatran, and I can't do anything to harm this Heatran. I got Flame Charge and Will-O-Wisp, and that Flash Fire pretty much walls me out. GG. All Numel can do is just stockpile, and otherwise I'll just be beefing up Heatran. And finally, if you KO all my Pokemon within 6 turns, you get plus 3 points. So if you want to go like Super Swooper and actually just smash me down within 6 turns, that's 1 KO per turn, you get plus 3 points. And again, the knocking out my Pokemon will be worth 1 point for the regular matches. In the semifinals and final matches, they won't be counting for points. Instead, you'd have to win the entire battle and you earn 1 point. Now let's get on to the point that everybody wants to know, is why would we do this? Well, let's get on to the prizes then. As we can see here, in 3rd place, I will be giving away 1 shiny Pokemon from my reject list, which is, they were all found from a third party or Wonder Trade or something. I can't confirm if they're hacked or not, but you get to choose from that entire list, because I'm honestly just going to delete them otherwise. And then you can actually you choose a Pokemon, 1 breedable Pokemon of your choice, whatever it may be, and I will breed it out for you. I will work like hell to get you your Pokemon, and because that's you want that Pokemon, I'll breed it for you. I won't be on stream constantly breeding it for you, but I will get you that Pokemon. Moving on to 2nd place here, it's pretty much the same as the 3rd. You get 1 Pokemon from the special list, and then 2 bred Pokemon. That's the big difference, is that 2nd place gets 2. And again, hacked Pokemon, I don't know if they're hacked or not. You choose, you grab, you want. Now, 1st place, the coveted 1st place. First of all, we're gonna get 1 special Pokemon that you get to choose, and that you want shiny, and I will hunt it down for you. I will try as hell to make it as close to 5 IVs as possible, so you can have as close to a battle-ready shiny. I know they weren't allowed in the tournament, but you will now have a legitimate shiny that you can use. And then I will also breed you 5, you hear me, 5 whole, basically an entire team. I'll breed you an entire team, just let me know what your specifications are for it, and I will also work like hell to get you the items needed, so long as they're legal items that can be can't get like, you know, I don't even know what's not allowed. I guess a flying gem would be a perfect example. You can't get a flying gem. Now, the last benefit from the 1st place thing is that you will also earn a moderator rank for my channel chat. So, I know I don't give those out unless I know the person personally, so yeah, congratulations for that. But, and again, these Pokemon would have to be breedable Pokemon and everything. I can't guarantee like legendaries, but you've earned the entire team. So, and that's pretty much everything I got to say. If you have any questions, leave the comment down below, or talk to me when I'm on Twitch. I'm going to be at Anime Expo this weekend. If you want to catch me there, you might want to follow my Twitter to figure out exactly where I'll be. But until then, you guys stay awesome and just keep gaming.